Alright fans, as Showdown at the Spectrum continues, the RWL Cruiserweight Championship on the line up next, with the Puerto Rican masked sensation El Vejigante challenging reigning champion, the Prototype, Gary Galaxy.
And it's our first title match of the evening, a Cruiserweight title match, and well, it's the first single title match for El Vejigante, the Puerto Rican masked sensation. And here he is now, from Loaiza, Puerto Rico, where his tribe, many years ago, wore masks to scare away rivals. And, well, that mask is pretty disturbing looking, I gotta admit.
I'd have to turn tail and run if I saw something like that headed towards me with a bad attitude.
And since coming back, this is El Vejigante's first ever single title match. With him as the challenger, he's been in a couple of multi-man matches that have borne no fruit so far. But if anybody could snatch away the Cruiserweight Championship from the Prototype Gary Galaxy, it's this guy right here.
And I'm sure that is the avowed intent of El Vejigante, who would love nothing more than to be the new RWL Cruiserweight Champion at the expense of the Prototype Gary Galaxy. And how about this, joining us in the booth at this time, RWL booking agent Myron Schimmelman. And Myron, you have put together quite a show this evening along with the general managers.
I got a feeling it's going to go down in the books as one of the best supercards we're going to have this year. All we're waiting for now is the Prototype Gary Galaxy to show up.
And here is the RWL Cruiserweight Champion, accompanied by his manager, Sylvia Strong, the Prototype Gary Galaxy, who has been holding on to that Cruiserweight Championship for some time, having relieved the lightning-fast Tony Dangerous thereof quite some time ago.
And this is his first ever dust-up with El Vejigante. This is going to be really good and really interesting. I love to see what Gary Galaxy is going to do against the masked Puerto Rican sensation.
With that knowing smile and a wink in his eye, Gary Galaxy set to defend the championship here against El Vejigante.
And by the way, Myron, thanks for getting them sectarians out of the way early. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, no problem.
The following match is set for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, from Loaiza, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 205 pounds, here is El Vejigante.
Without question, the masked Puerto Rican sensation's first single championship opportunity against anyone, and it's going to be against Gary Galaxy.
And his opponent, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing 195 pounds, he's the reigning RWL Cruiserweight Champion, the Prototype, Gary Galaxy.
I gotta tell you guys, I love our Cruiserweight division. We got some of the best Cruiserweights anywhere in the world, and these two are shining examples. What a championship matchup this is going to be.
Alright, well, both contestants set to go. Referee Walt Rothburn displaying the RWL Cruiserweight title for everyone to see, and we're just about to get underway.
That's why I had to roll up. I just had to see this one firsthand, up close and personal.
Well, all right, Myron, here we go. The bell sounds. They come center ring. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Gary Galaxy goes behind on El Vejigante. Vejigante quickly goes around behind on him and slams him down to the canvas face first. He's still got that waist lock locked in. Shoves Gary Galaxy down to the mat. El Vejigante and Gary Galaxy tussling. Galaxy shoves him back. Fireman's carry from El Vejigante. El Vejigante rounds up Gary Galaxy. Tries to get him into a bear hug or something. I don't know what that was, but a clubbing right settled in a jumping neckbreaker from the Prototype. A kick to the back. And a belly-to-belly suplex from El Vejigante, who has yet to do some high flying here, but I'm sure he will. Oh man, front slam to Gary Galaxy. Vejigante rounds him up again. Snapmare and a kick to the back. Galaxy quickly back up on his feet. Locks him up, turns him over, neckbreaker drop. Nicely done by the Prototype. This drop executed to perfection by the Cruiserweight champ. Vejigante struggling back to his feet. A forearm backs Gary Galaxy off. A clothesline that doesn't connect. A kick to the midsection from Gary Galaxy. Vejigante whipped into the corner. Counters with an elbow. A shot to the midsection. Gary Galaxy whipped to the ropes. Vejigante misses the grapple. Gary Galaxy going to take advantage of the mistake here, escorting El Vejigante towards the ropes, but no elbows to the midsection from El Vejigante. Standing dropkick doesn't find the mark. Gary Galaxy rounds him up. Has him by the truck snap suplex from Gary Galaxy. Sylvia Strong applauding the prototype here. Falling fist drop again from Gary Galaxy. The Cruiserweight champ goes behind El Vejigante, struggling to his feet. Another forearm that backs Gary Galaxy off on a clothesline that takes him down the canvas. Followed up with a stomp to the chest. Galaxy back on his feet. A loop this press. A series of punches to the head of El Vejigante. Vejigante, look at this. Whoa, Gary Galaxy quickly counters a forearm, takes him down. Man, that was beautiful. The prototype really showing off tonight. Belly-to-belly suplex, right center ring. Gary going for the cover right away, one, but just barely a one. Vejigante still powering out of the pin. Gary Galaxy rounds him back up to his feet. Vejigante counters with a shot to the chest. A shot to the face that didn't work. A counter from Gary Galaxy. Galaxy out there on the apron. El Vejigante. Looks like he's going to bring him in the hard way, and yes, he does. A long vertical suplex brings Gary Galaxy back inside. Vejigante rounds him up. Oh man, look at this. Military press slam from El Vejigante. So far, not a lot of high flying, but some impressive moves from the Puerto Rican mass sensation. Gary Galaxy lifted up again and slammed right back down again. As El Vejigante starts to really press his advantage. Trying to crank the head and neck area of Gary Galaxy. Slams his head down to the canvas. Gary Galaxy looking like he's in a little bit of trouble here. As El Vejigante, oh, look at this, Gary Galaxy powering his way back to his feet. A hard shot to the midsection, backs off El Vejigante into a loop test press, right hands right across the head of the masked Puerto Rican sensation. The prototype rallying some support from the fans here in Philly. Gary Galaxy rounds up El Vejigante, a clothesline, a second, a rebound off the rope, and whoa, beautiful kick. Takes El Vejigante down the mat. Gary Galaxy covers. 1, 2, and again, another near fall as El Vejigante powers out of the pin. Gary Galaxy rounds him up. El Vejigante counters with a hard shot. Tries for the belly-to-belly and nails it. Gary Galaxy sent bouncing across the canvas. And now a shoulder claw from El Vejigante. Man, so far so good in this championship matchup, this cruiserweight title match. El Vejigante with Gary Galaxy exactly where he wants him. Gathers him back to his feet slowly. Gary Galaxy counters, whips him into the corner. El Vejigante counters and escapes the corner. Gary Galaxy counters, also escapes the corner. Clothesline takes El Vejigante down to the mat. The prototype makes his way up to the top turnbuckle here in the far corner. El Vejigante back up to his feet, and whoa, Gary Galaxy crashes and burns. Totally missed on that one. El Vejigante has him up over the shoulder. Oh man, nasty knee breaker right there. A kick to the back, and El Vejigante back in the driver's seat just like that. The fans starting to really rally behind the masked Puerto Rican sensation. He rolls himself out of the ring after Gary. Has him up over the shoulder. Gary Galaxy counters it into an inverted DDT as the referee begins to count. A hard stomp to the chest from Gary Galaxy. El Vejigante rolled back inside the ring. Here comes the prototype right behind him. Gary Galaxy rounds up El Vejigante, and here we go. Gary Galaxy with those jabs of his. A jab here, a jab there, a little bit of showboat and a little bit of fancy footwork, and boom, down goes El Vejigante. Oh man, Gary Galaxy just loving it. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, this one's all over. Gary Galaxy retains the Cruiserweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of the fall, exactly 6 minutes. Your winner, and still RWL Cruiserweight Champion, Gary Galaxy.
Well, the look on the face of Sylvia Strong tells the story. Seems as though she knew it all the time. The prototype, Gary Galaxy, retaining the RWL Cruiserweight title against El Vejigante in a terrific matchup.
Yes, sir, this one was 50-50 right down the line, Dandy Don. I mean, El Vejigante certainly put in a championship-level effort, but it just was not enough against the prototype Gary Galaxy. Every time El Vejigante tried to mount enough momentum, it was always Gary Galaxy right there to spoil the picnic and turn things around on him.
Most certainly, El Vejigante certainly putting forth a championship-level effort. However, it simply was not El Vejigante's night. It was all about Gary Galaxy retaining the RWL Cruiserweight Championship, and I am sure Sylvia Strong is pleased as punch with him this evening.
No doubt. We'll be back with more Showdown at the Spectrum right after this. Don't you go anywhere.